Hey guys, this is the final mission of the main game, Evil in the Ether. We have finally, it cycled around, so now I can play it for you guys. I did not do all the dojo missions, simply because the dojo missions will vary on your playstyle. There's several that I didn't unlock, but there is quite a few. But this is the last mission of the main game I will play. As a reminder, if you would like to see the DLCs, there are 3 of them. Let me know in the comments down below, and I will record those, and then I will try to have all 3 DLCs out in the same month. But let's go to the Evil in the Ether. So this is on Mount Ibuki. And we've been here before. All right. So nothing behind us. We can check over here. This tree just kind of spawned in. There might be a little bit where that happens. As you can see, there's enemies in front of and behind me. So that, of course, being the lesser Umibuzu. Okay, those will actually help. So yeah, there he is. We hear the possessed monk. So now we have quieted that spirit. Might as well unlock this, right? Okay, give me just a second. Okay. So we are moving on. You can see enemy right there waiting for us. But this will be this is a trap. If you step on that, it's an explosive trap. Wheel monk right there. So, first shortcut. As you can see here, we have another possessed monk right here. Now the spirit is quiet. There we go. That's much better. There are a few areas in here that do contain enemies, but they do lead to the same place. Kind of hear an enemy pathing. There's a Kappa. But as you can see, there is a treasure chest down here. Okay, so that should be everything on the floor. Now we can head up. You can see just how powerful you can become if you just keep leveling up. Unfortunately, I fell off the side there. As you can see, quite easy to do. There are bats right here. So there should be a shrine right here. Should be. And of course, that's a shortcut. I will say, once you reach a certain level, though, things just like really drop off in terms of leveling up. Unless you're playing on the very highest difficulty. I think the highest level I've got is around 300 something. Got a flying bolt over here. As you can see, we already have enemies waiting to ambush us. So down here below me is one of those yokai lesser umibuzos. So if you do drop down, be careful. 'Cause he's ready to ambush you right there and knock you off the cliff. Okay, have a yokai in here. Never discount your melee either. I just prefer playing with the throwing tools. The combat can be quite challenging, but that's what makes it fun. But never discount it. I know I relied all too heavily on throwing items, and when Nioh 2 came out, it's more combat oriented. So you had to really learn combat, or you just weren't going to finish the game. But the combat can finish the enemies just as well. It can save some of your throwing items. There should be a shortcut right here to the shrine. So now that we have that shrine, we can continue on. There's still some enemies I'm like, nope, that's... Like, there's still some enemies that absolutely... I'm like, nope, not fighting that fair and square. Like, I will probably never fight a Tengu fair and square with melee combat. So you can start on the low ground over here, and then you can also head up. As you can see, there's a Tengu right there. So I will instantly say nope. That was close. But yeah, you can see a Tengu over there, and there is going to be an enemy right here. But yeah, as you can see, throwing tools, they just, for me, it's easier. But everybody has their own playstyle, so... There he is. We can cheese him a little bit, huh? There's a Kappa over there if you really want to take him on. And Kappa just means more loot. Be very careful. You never... See, I can't even see that enemy. But he can see us. Okay, he shouldn't be able to hit us from right here. There we go, we can throw stuff too, huh? But there's that Kappa and loads of loot. There is an item or two down here, but you can see it's right next to a trap. One of those exploding traps. The only real way I've seen to spot those is the smoke rising off of them. Like, we're probably... Nah, we're okay. Thought we might have to fight him for a second. But as a reminder, you can go either this way or the other way. They both lead to the same spot. But there is a shrine over here, so... And an item in the tree. There's a few items that way, but nothing so so like I can't go without it. I've got to get it. But as you can see down here, we have a large enemy. So this could be an enemy in here. Okay, here we are. And then the shrine is just off to the side over here. So, as you can see, there is a possessed guy right here. So, now he is gone. Always look over here. You see there's a guy right here with a hand cannon, ready to shoot us off the bridge. This is probably a Tengu. You see another possessed guy over here. So, hopefully we can shoot him down. There we go. I'm not going to be taking the side path this time because we have taken it in the other missions. So I'm going to stay going this way. See, as you can see right here, you see the steam rising and then the red discoloration. You can actually shoot those. So, to get rid of them. There's treasure and stuff in here. There's also a few enemies, but we are just going to leave this as we explored it previously. Hidden enemies, there's a couple. Tengu, of course, being the most terrifying. This guy being the next. Okay, got a lovely wheel monk here. As you can see, that was a whole bunch of yokai concentrated in a tiny little area. There's our, yep. There's our guy right there, huh? Just have to get out of his range, but here he is right here. Another Tengu. Another yokai. Another shrine in here. So we might as well. So you can sneak past if you want to. Honestly, we deal so much damage. It's just one of those things where I'm gonna walk through these enemies. Quite literally. So, one of the benefits of playing offline is that you're not going to get a lot of revenants. And that meaning that you're not going to have to fight a lot of revenants. So if you, in this case, actually playing offline benefits us because there's not a lot of these revenants around to fight. So here's the boss room right here. So I am going to quick change scroll and then rejuvenation. And as you can see, that was over before it even began. But it's that yokai, it's Mitsunari, I think. The guy that ran away. That Lord Tenkai saved. Alright guys, that has been the Evil in the Ether Twilight mission, and that is the final episode of the base game of Nioh. I hope you enjoyed the series, and I hope that it helped you out. If it did, please consider liking and subscribing. Feel free to comment, but please be respectful as it helps the channel grow. And it's free, quick, and easy. Me and Mrs. Cheese would greatly appreciate it, and thank you guys so much for watching. You have a wonderful, wonderful day.